I walked into this garden bed and honestly, it looked like a total disaster zone. The first thing you want to do is assess what you're working with. Check your soil, pull out any old irrigation lines that aren't working anymore, and really get a feel for what's happening down there. When I dig into neglected beds, I'm looking for two main things: bone-dry soil and any pests like grubs or wireworms that might have moved in while things were abandoned. Once you know what you're dealing with, it's time to bring that soil back to life. I always add organic fertilizer and worm castings because they're packed with nutrients and beneficial microbes. Then comes the really key part. You need to thoroughly water that bed. We're talking deep watering here, not just a quick sprinkle. Before you plant anything, install your infrastructure like trellises and drip irrigation. Trust me, it's so much easier to set these up now than when you've got plants in the ground. Now for the fun part, getting plants in the ground. I always plan my crops based on succession sowing, which basically means I'm staggering when I plant things so I get continuous harvests. Think about sunlight too, because tall plants can shade out shorter ones if you're not careful. After planting, mulch is super important. I use about 2 to 3 inches of straw or compost, and it protects your soil while conserving water. Here's where companion planting comes in. I love interplanting tomatoes with basil and alyssum because the basil improves tomato flavor, and the alyssum attracts beneficial insects that eat pests. And here's a pro tip for tomatoes: bury them deep, like really deep. Strip off the lower leaves and plant the stem underground because it'll develop roots all along that buried section, giving you a much stronger plant. That's how you go from a dead bed to a thriving garden.